Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm Nick Underhill. He's Mike Triplett, and you're watching The Dot, presented by Matt Bowers Auto Group. It's time for our weekly mailbag, and as always, you can submit questions into our private Twitter community. The link to enter that, if you are a member of NewOrleans.Football, will be right below this video in a threaded tweet. And if you aren't signed up, use the code TRIP, sign up, get 20% off your first payment on the website. I promise you it's worth it. Our first question this week is about the defensive line, and if they do not get pressure this week against Tom Brady, is it time to panic?
No, it's still too early. And I'm not just saying it's always too early to panic in week 2. There are some teams that can panic in week 2. But I think this is going to be two particular matchups that it's hard to get a gauge on what this team is this season. I'm willing to throw out week 1. Because just like they should throw out their defensive game plan from week 1, because it was so clear. They did that like corral, weren't sure what to expect from Mariota, how much read option they were going to see. I think you said in your film study they didn't blitz once in the whole game. That's not them. It screwed up their run defense as a result. So we can throw out that result. It didn't work. It was bad, but that's not indicative of what they're going to be all year. And then what they do against Tom Brady and Leonard Fournette won't be indicative of what they do all year, because it's one of the toughest offenses to face in the entire NFL. If they do well, it's a great sign. If they do poor, I still don't think that means, oh no, they forgot how to defend the run. They've had 5 pretty good years of success doing that.
Yeah, I agree with everything you said there. And then the other thing, too, is that this is not a game where you go aggressively after the quarterback. If you blitz against Tom Brady and Pete Werner's coming down or your slot corner's coming, that's where he's throwing the ball, and he's going to see that immediately. Last year, they only blitzed against him, I believe, 6 times in one game, 8 in another. The way they attack him there is they get a little movement on the defensive line. You get guys moving around a little bit. You get some stunts. You try to get his eyes moving, and you create a seam, but you cannot attack him. So it's going to be less conservative, but still conservative this week. So I think that is something where you kind of got to take it in stride and wait for them to get some more time on task to actually see what this defensive line is going to be. And that brings us into the second one. Playing off of that, do you think we'll see some of these guys, Cam Jordan, Tano, Davenport, move to the interior in this game to try to get some interior pass rush?
Sure. I mean, I don't know if Tano is going to be active, because he wasn't active for the first game, which speaks to how much depth they now have to choose from at the defensive line. But without question, the number one key to defending Tom Brady is getting that pressure without blitzing, with just the 4-man rush. So they're going to be as creative as they possibly can with how they use their personnel up front, and I assume it'll also include a lot of rotating. So yeah, I don't know if that means Cam or Davenport will be inside, but defensive ends will be playing inside a defensive tackle one way or another.
Yeah, no question, creativity is the key against Tom Brady and the Bucs. You get their eyes moving, you get them struggling to identify where people are. Everything you can do to cause them to take a quarter of a second to say, oh, Tyrann Mathieu's here. Oh, Marcus Davenport's here. Oh, Demario Davis is going deep. Oh, he's coming close. Like, those are the little things that give you the advantage. Get his eyes moving. Get him thinking maybe he makes a mistake. Saints somehow have managed to do that. You like to say nobody can fool Brady. They fooled him 4 times. So we'll see if it keeps going.
Throw that tablet down on the ground in disgust.
That's the key right there. And the last one, Matt Ray, a lot was made of his hiring. The injury list is long. People want to know what's up. I'm just going to say, like, you can have all the science in the world. You can study everything. When your running back takes a hit to the ribs, he takes a hit to the ribs. And there's nothing you can do to avoid that. So I think everything they're doing is smart, but there is only so far you can go to prevent injuries.
We should probably have some sort of spreadsheet, actually, so we can actually answer these questions. Honestly, I would have told you I think they've had better luck with injuries all throughout this summer than before. And I just feel like every year it's the same question. Why does the team that I root for have the most injuries in the NFL when so many other teams have it? The only time that was actually true for the Saints was last year.
Yeah. You can study everything you want, and Paulson Adebo still might have his ankle rolled or rolled up on or whatever. So there's really nothing you can do about that. We will be at the Bucs game. We'll have all the coverage that you've come to know and love, and a lot more, because now we got Trip. So that's it for this week. Keep it locked to NewOrleans.Football.